Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. And as today, I want to talk to you guys about the Fantom ecosystem. You probably are hearing a lot of noise, a lot of news around the Fantom blockchain ecosystem on top of it, as well as this mysterious new coin that's apparently going to be happening. Daniele is involved, Andre Cronje is involved. So we'll break that down, see what it's really about, and is the hype real around Fantom? I think so. So I'll let you guys know why. It's a major part of my portfolio going into Q1 of 2022. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Fantom is same as other EVM layer 1 ecosystems. It's very easy to onboard. You just need your MetaMask, you put in the Fantom network's settings, and you switch the network, and all of a sudden your wallet works. Just like on AVAX, on Matic, and all the other Ethereum-derived blockchains. So Fantom is also a very long-term project already. It didn't start off this way. Rather, pretty much last year, it really got on everyone's attention as they started their incentive program. I think at the time it was worth around $370 million, where they are, just like AVAX, just like the other ecosystems, onboarding new projects and bootstrapping their yield by rewarding Fantom tokens for developers and also for farmers. So all the good stuff, right? And obviously Fantom is much cheaper and faster than Ethereum. It's got faster finality, so your transactions go through within probably 10 seconds instead of the 45 seconds on Ethereum. And just a lot of good stuff. Overall, really great chain. But having said that, it didn't really catch on as much as AVAX, which is the perfect example of EVM chain that really went hot. And I think it was mostly because there wasn't the hype around it, and there wasn't really any significant leaders that's bringing a super legit and high alpha kind of project, like the likes of Wonderland on AVAX. But the biggest supporter of Fantom blockchain, Andre Cronje, or the most well-known supporter, he is the creator of Yearn Finance. He also works very closely with Multichain, which is AnySwap. So he is teaming up with Daniele to actually make a new coin that's very hyped and very fairly distributed, just like Wonderland, just like Time. And I think this will kickstart a lot of the traction for Fantom. And this is what a lot of people are seeing as well. So most traction for Fantom does spawn from Andre's ambitions. So I'll show you some examples, right? So some unique features. So Fantom is one of the most successful layer ones that's targeting a multi-chain future. So they are already bridged with over 30 other networks. So the main bridge that Fantom supports is multi-chain, which was previously AnySwap. Now, if you guys are familiar with the project, AnySwap is very closely related to Andre Cronje. So I'm personally a fan of the multi-chain future. I think it's already happening. So many EVM layer ones are popping up. Everyone's MetaMask has multiple chains now. Is no longer just Ethereum. At the very least, you have BSC, you have Polygon. And this is a great future, actually. So I think this is definitely a plus for Fantom. So Fantom token itself, relatively speaking, is a bit lower in terms of valuation than the other three major L1s. So the Solana, Luna, and AVAX, which really popped off last quarter. But in terms of adoption, you can compare the market cap to the TVL ratio. When you divide the market cap by the TVL, you actually get 1.2. So the lower this ratio is, the smaller the valuation is technically, based on how much value is actually locked up in the network. So a lot of people use this metric to compare other networks. And you see out of that huge list of majors, right? Fantom, Atom, Near, Algorand, Matic, AVAX, Polkadot, Luna, Solana, Binance, and Ethereum, Fantom is the lowest there, right? So this is also another good sign. It tells us that Fantom has seen a lot of adoption. People deposit money on the Fantom chain and they trust it. It hasn't been hacked. There are good stuff happening on there. There are good users, good money, but Fantom token's price hasn't really seen the correlated growth as much. Is not always a good thing, right? You do want to see the price play out, but in this case, because the hype is just starting, but this ratio is still low, hence why I think this is a good thing. So I don't think it'll stay this low. The ratio won't stay this low for much longer, meaning market cap is probably going to go up. Although AVAX and Fantom both released ecosystem incentives last year, right? Another example, or kind of how I felt when looking at the two ecosystems and their players, was that people viewed AVAX as a wild west, right? It was a new world. The bridging experience, it was the first time really people started mass bridging and discovering new coins, discovering, oh, there's actually a Uniswap fork here, and it's pretty unique. It's pretty different, right? And there were tons of shitcoins, tons of dog coin forks, and it hasn't happened before, right? So it was very, very hyped and very new, right? There were new kinds of opportunities. While Fantom, because it came directly after that, right, the same things have already been played out, and because Fantom wasn't really as new of a project as Avalanche, so it wasn't seen as sexy. It was more of a legacy chain in people's, in people's minds, and mine included. But by design, it wasn't, right? It had all this ecosystem. It just didn't get the branding and the marketing right yet. So fast forward to right now, this time around, the narrative is really changing because the king of Frog Nation, Daniel Sesta, has joined forces with Andre Cronje to bring on the Fantom season. So they're doing this specifically by launching the said new coin on Fantom. If you read this post, essentially they are not going to have any sort of token sale. Instead, they're going to distribute the new products coin to the top 20 DeFi protocols on top of Fantom, the top 20 by TVL. And based on how much you lock up, they're going to do a snapshot and airdrop the tokens to you. So because all previous Andre's, all previous projects of Andre's did really well, right? When you got in the tokens early, when you farmed it, people are really hyped up about this. This has led to a huge influx of TVL growth over the past 2 to 3 weeks or so. So Fantom TVL has doubled since the announcement. It went from 3 to 4 billion all the way up to 7. And Fantom ecosystem coins have also seen very dramatic price surge over the past 2 weeks. You can go on CoinGecko here and go on the categories. There's a category for Fantom ecosystem coins specifically. And you see all these coins have pumped up a lot. And it's not just spawning from this hype of, oh, like Fantom season, but rather it's smart because these projects, right, in order to get the TVL into these pools, into these DeFi pools, you need a bit of Fantom, and most likely you need some part of their token as well. So this is why it's kind of a positive feedback loop where people need to buy these tokens. They stake it in the DeFi pools. They get the snapshot, so they get the airdrop. But overall, because it feeds into the Fantom season narrative, right? Even if people are not trying to get these airdrops, they still see these coins pumping, so they might just speculate on the coins themselves without even participating in this airdrop. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? In fact, that's kind of how I'm playing it right now. I'm personally not touching any Fantom ecosystem coins because usually by the time you hear of it like this, it's pretty late. And the actual return for the airdrop for this new coin is going to be hard to estimate. So I'd rather play the safer and more for sure type of return, which is, in my opinion, all of this kind of psyops, the new coin launching, people trying to get an airdrop, subsequently needing to deposit and boost the TVL Fantom ecosystem, and other people coming in, seeing the TVL growth, wondering what's going on. All of these play under the Fantom ecosystem umbrella. So this is why I think this is really bullish for the FTM token. And aside from all this like fundamental stuff we just talked about, there are so many other layer ones. All the chains, right? They can all compare with each other. Oh, I'm faster than you. I'm cheaper, and my technology is better. But at the end of the day, you need a good combination of the community, the technology, and branding and marketing, right? You need to generate a hype for people to at least come in, just based off of interest, and see what's going on, right? And in this case, we're really lucky because Daniel Sesta and Andre Cronje are masterminds in attracting attention. So let's just go into some examples, right? You guys must have heard of the Frog Nation, right? These are people that really followed all the Danny coins. So Spell, Ice, Wonderland, especially Time, right? Especially Time Wonderland. They made a lot of money. So here, Andre is like kind of tweeting all the time along with Danielle, like, what's Frog Nation's multi-sig address on Fantom? Asking for a friend. And then Danielle comes in as the friend. Oh, on Fantom, right? Like all these tweets. You'll be using Fantom without knowing you're using it. That's how me, Andre Cronje, will build DeFi 6.9 sexy. Remember the DeFi 2.0 that he kind of coined. I'm on a mission to make sure all your apps will be indistinguishable from Magic. FTM will be the test bed to scale my vision of blockchain, blah, 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 right? It's like, it's a lot of language. It's a lot of marketing, right? And because it's not pure marketing, because it's not marketing only, we know these guys are capable builders. They built very massive protocols. That this now is a good thing, right? So I think this one's also kind of funny. Soon you'll witness how the Frog Nation ecosystem works in tandem. Blows my mind how fast we can organize the perfect launch. Yeah, his followers and community is very relentless. So in my last YouTube video, I also went into detail of how I compared, a specific coin's strength when Bitcoin is dumping, right, to see if it's outperforming Bitcoin. Well, Fantom's price has also been showing amazing strength, and you can see from this comparison. So when Bitcoin started to dump from 50 to 40, Fantom was right around $60, and it's since then almost doubled. It's like near all-time high now, near price discovery, close to $3. So this is actually very powerful. This is something we want to see, that the hype, all the branding, the marketing efforts is playing out, right? Is effective. Do keep in mind that whenever you want to rotate trades, they're very risky. And if you're watching this on YouTube already and you're hearing it from me the first time, you're probably late. So this is why I wouldn't recommend playing ecosystem rotation. However, because Fantom itself is a major L1 coin and layer ones are very popular, and they're fundamentally very strong. They have tons of exchanges listed, and I know Fantom is on the same caliber as all the other big guys, but it was purely just missing the marketing hype. I think this is a really good opportunity for the hype to catch on, and for the hype to catch on to the fundamental technology, and for its Fantom FTM price to actually make a break for new highs. So this is why I'm personally positioned in Fantom for the next quarter, and I'm targeting around a 3x after it breaks above the previous all-time high, which was around $3. So having $9 as kind of a end goal, a stretch goal, similar to how Soluna AVAX or Solana Luna AVAX really pulled a 3x plus in Q4 of last year, right? Coming out of the August lows. As Bitcoin started to recover, these three really pumped up, right? So I think I want to target at least a 3x for Fantom. So personally, for me, I have my Fantom FTM deposited on DeFi Kingdoms for the gardens, but that's for another video. But I'm actually earning around 400% APR. There you go. If you want a full detailed breakdown, make sure you check out my Twitter thread. Follow me on Twitter at virtualbacon1. And also, if you are more interested in the coin that Danielle and Andre are launching, so this is kind of the main thing you want to look up, VE brackets 33. And you should be able to get a bunch of threads of people talking about it, explaining the things that are already there. But yeah, this person's thread, Jack Newwold, this was the most in-depth and the most educational in my opinion. So check this out if you're interested in that coin and its tokenomics, how to get in it. And if you want a more in-depth analysis on the fundamental differences that Fantom, the blockchain, offers, check out John Wang's thread on it. Thanks guys for tuning in, and check out Fantom and check out some of the other phone coins. And do stay tuned because I'll be making separate videos for each one of them. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see it. And also make sure to tune into my live streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you have any questions about the Fantom ecosystem, catch me on my live stream and I can answer your questions then, or leave a comment below. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.